Texas Prison Story family, salute, man. Hope everybody's having a good morning today. Got me a little bit of bad news, but hey, it's not the life you want. It's to be expected sometimes, you know. But I felt like I was just gonna come on this morning, just kick it with everybody. We've been having a lot going on. I haven't been able to tap in with the people in the comments, tap in with the people in the chat, all that type of stuff. So that's what I wanted to do today. If you're coming in, drop your location. Let me know where you're watching from. I sure would appreciate it. You know where I'm coming out of here, Galveston County, Texas, for sure. See something. Let me get this thing shared out real quick. Excuse me, y'all. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. So yeah, I actually got word yesterday that one of my good friends got stabbed in prison. They say he got stabbed 6 times and he was in the ICU. And I got the word about him passing yesterday also. He didn't make it very long. They hit his internal organs. Let me tell you something. This is not the life you want, right? I had to experience that call myself, telling me that my own brother died on the inside. And I swear, when you hear something like that, it's hurtful. It's hurtful because you always never really know the real truth. Everybody's spreading rumors. You don't know who did what wrong. Just gotta pray for the family, pray for their mama, pray for his kids. You know, say it like that, right? Jay Cordova, salute, man. Wesley Mitchell, Simon, Victoria, Emory, Texas, salute to everybody in the chat. Tracy, California, salute to everybody. Y'all keep dropping them locations. Let me pin them comments so they can see where y'all at. Shout out to you out there in West Texas. Hey, Wayne, good morning, Wayne. Let me know when you want to do that video together. C-Dog, salute, my man. Hey, Simon, I really don't want to talk about the details yet because it's still ongoing and they're mad about it. Right? They're angry about it. There's some more is going to come from this. But it's not my place to talk about it while it's happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's really not my place to, it's not my place to rub it in, right? Because his family's still processing it just like I am. It is what it is. I guess where you're from, you'll send me $30. You can keep them $30. I don't really care where you're from. If you put it like that. Don't have me on here playing 21 questions. I'll be right back. Hold on one second. Alright, sorry about that. Y'all just wanted to open up the comments today too. Let the trolls stop on by. Let the haters, let the busters, let the weirdos come on in and talk your mind. Whatever you want to. Hey, Big Oso, I got a whole bunch of stories on it. Run back through my channel. You'll see everything. King Toxic, salute. You know that wasn't my saying. But I heard it all the time, that's for sure. Yes, Ashlyn, I'm sorry. I was going to call you back, but when she split, I figured I might as well do this video real quick. El Capo, what questions have I ever answered? Dare you to tell me one. One time where I crossed the line, I bet you can't tell it. Christopher Smith, salute. Y'all keep dropping your locations in. If you're watching live on YouTube, double tap the screen. This one here is just all about Acres Home, salute. This one's just all about connecting with the people, tapping in with everybody. Big also shit, we hearing some crazy stories coming out of Florida. Hey, Mr. Scott, I'm sorry if you don't like it. Today be the time to tap out because I'm in my jamming mood. And one of my friends just passed away yesterday, and I'm not feeling too happy. So maybe perhaps this ain't the one for you. I'm sorry, my brother. Nothing personal. Hey, Wayne, that's what's up. Go get your money, Wayne. It's not Prisoner X. It's not Saucy D. Thank God. Larry, what's up, cuz? Salute, my brother. Man, we just on here kicking and tapping in. 8 times. You know how it is. You can't please everybody. Do I think Diddy is using baby oil in prison? Yeah, I think I think as soon as Diddy got there, the commissary captain probably ordered a bunch more baby oil because he knew it was gonna sell out quick. Mendez, salute to my brother in Brazil. Tell Jana, tell Laura, I say I love y'all. Been to jail in Florida, it sucks. Man, jail sucks everywhere. Paul Wall really let himself go. Man, Paul Wall used to be anti-drugs. Would refuse to even rap about them. As soon as he started talking about them, he started looking terrible. Got that weight loss surgery. Homie, hang out, salute my brother. Yeah, he got that weight loss surgery and started talking about sipping lean and smoking weed. And all of a sudden, now Paul Wall looks like he's about 70 years old. Thank you for that, my brother. Every single picture still got that big corny ass smile trying to show off them gold teeth that'll probably fall out in the middle of a sentence. Yeah. For real, troll comments help too. You better believe that. Indianapolis, salute, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in. So we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube on my personal page and the Texas Prison Stories page. If you haven't checked out the Texas Prison Stories Facebook page yet, you might want to check it out, man. It's we just hit 35,000 followers overnight. So we're blowing up on Facebook. Something like 10 million views on Facebook in the last 28 days. Probably almost 30,000 followers in the last 28 days. So I'm giving that a little bit of effort. I actually looked at my TikTok and I crossed 10,000. So I have 2 TikToks. I started one that blew up to 45K damn near instantly. Then all of a sudden they blocked it, deleted it, and lost the appeal. Came back with another one. And that one, I really didn't give it much effort, man, because I was scared. Lost access to that damn thing. So now I'm on TikTok number 3, which just crossed 10,000 followers like yesterday without me even making too many videos. So that was cool. Yeah, shout out to Scoops hitting 2K subs. Whether they want to say it or not. Me and Josh are the ones that helped him. I think my videos got the most attention though, because Josh is from California and he respected certain boundaries and certain lines and things like that I just didn't have to. And Scoops understood what I was doing, right? He knew what he was doing too. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Just have to do it, right? Sometimes you just gotta burn that bridge. Hey Josh, I said last night, consider the bridge burned because there never was one to begin with. That makes sense. You can't say I'm burning no bridge if I wasn't never your homeboy. I did jump on a couple lives and stuff with them before, just trying to promote my own shit. But when I would get on the live with the California dudes, they get mad at me because I start talking about Field Squad and no human rights and all the fucked up shit in a Texas prison, and it's hard to compete with that. Never ever did I imply that our men are harder. Never will I. But I told Two Scoops himself, you wouldn't like Texas prisons too much, Scoops. It's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Down here, it's a lot different. Would he be fine down here? Probably be running shit here? Maybe so, because he's that type of guy, but this ain't the place you want to be. Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida. Prison's just out of control. You know what I mean? Like there's murders constantly. Josh, I was just telling him, one of my friends, I got word yesterday that one of my best friends, man, growing up, got stabbed 6 times in prison Wednesday night. When he passed away yesterday, he was in the ICU. They hit him in his internal organs. And I ain't gonna get into no details about it or where it was or why it happened or anything, because that's still an ongoing situation. You know how prison goes. Something else might go down, something else might not. Who knows? But I know that's a loss of another one of my friends, man. After losing my little brother, after losing my big brother, yeah, I'm up over 70 friends now that I grew up with deceased due to drugs, violence, DWI shit, things like that. Man, it's a rough feeling to start realizing that you're numb to reality sometimes. See, that's another part of where this is not the life you want. Think about that. You get so used to hearing bad news, so used to people passing away that you love, that it almost barely affects you anymore. It does hit us. It hits us greatly. Don't get me wrong. I'm not diminishing his death or anybody else's, right? But at the same time, I seen somebody recently pass away on Facebook that did not live this life. And it was a tragic death. And it devastated hundreds of people in my community because the man was a good person. He had relationships with hundreds of people. And everybody talked good about him. But at the same time, I do too. But I think if Tim Snow popped up dead tomorrow, there'd be a lot less people shook, because probably a lot less people would be surprised. Does that make any sense? When you live in that life, well, I ain't living that life nowadays, but you know what I'm saying? Like, when you live that life, you know it's coming one day too. They know it, you know it, everybody knows it, so it's just something that you have to accept the good with the bad. Just like Scoop said, they just put him on Con Air. He arrived at ADX today to the unknown. Who knows if he's going to even have phone access, anything. Another friend of mine passed away yesterday. Like, life is real, right? Life is real. People was on my ass about talking about Dubs and Gunner and all this clown shit. But you know what? I'm a single daddy and I got a kid to feed, and I'm out here trying to push a positive message. I'm trying to push people to the right, trying to tell them, yeah, one of my friends just got killed, died yesterday. Yeah, Scoops just went to the ADX, don't even know what's going on with his own life. You know what I mean? Like, we're really out here trying to do this because we really been affected by this. Maybe if I'd have just told and tapped out and it was easy and everything was cool, my brother didn't die, my little brother didn't get kidnapped and killed, all this other shit, maybe I would look at things different too. Maybe if every time in my whole life I didn't go to jail almost every single time, get jumped, had to fight all kind of people, maybe I had to act like prison was cool also. You know what I mean? But no matter what, I didn't enjoy sharing boxer shorts. I didn't enjoy eating all that pork noodle casserole meals and drinking watered down Kool-Aid in the chow hall. I didn't enjoy having to smoke a cigarette rolled out of a piece of the Bible. I didn't enjoy drinking no motherfucking wine that some guy strained through his dirty sock. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't enjoying none of that shit. None of that shit was enjoyable. The only time I would have fun in there is when I sat down at that Scrabble table and I started winning money. That's what was my gamble, right? I was the one escape that I had was, let me sit down and match brain for brains with these men, see what I can do versus them. And that was always friendly competition, right? I think only one time, maybe 2 times, I almost got into a fight at the Scrabble table, and it was with the same dude. And he just mad because I kept whooping him. It is what it is, you know what I mean? But Death Star said smoking with Bible paper is crazy. Well, that's what everybody in prison smokes with. If you look inside of every Bible, what's the very last page of every Bible? Think about it. It's rice paper. right? For some reason, at the last page of every Bible is zigzag paper. Then when they run out of those, they start smoking it with the ink. That's the part that's nasty. When ink burns, gross, starts looking crazy or whatever. But that's the type of shit I'm talking about you're gonna be doing. Yeah. Or in the feds, shit. Let me tell you something. In the feds, yeah, when I first came home, that's why my teeth was looking all fucked up and discolored and all that shit, because I was fresh out. And in the feds, everything you smoked was rolled in a brown paper napkin. You know the brown paper napkins that you get in the bathroom to dry your hands off? The janitors use them. Yeah, people smoking everything out of those. That's how desperate people get. It was easier to buy the shit to smoke than it was rolling paper. You know what I'm saying, James Joseph? I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, like this is the type of stuff that we got to talk about, right? War stories and about how I went to a different yard and wanted to hit somebody on the first day and make myself sound hard. Man, that shit don't do nothing for nobody. It really don't. Talking about crimes I did when I was a youth, that don't benefit shit. Will I do it one day? I might do it one day on a big podcast just to promote myself. But you know me, I'll spin it into this is not the life you want, no matter what I do, right? Yeah, Thomas Means, I seen people in the county jail take greens, collard greens, throw them up on the light, let them dry and smoke them things. Yeah, that's what you're gonna be, Bobo. What's up? People playing around with these people out here in this information age where they catch you doing everything. You're gonna be in the county jail smoking collard greens, hoping nobody don't take your soups when, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man, this is not the life you want. And I just wanted to come on here because I was sitting here by myself and I was feeling extremely depressed this morning. I was feeling down and out, man. It ain't got nothing to do with YouTube. It ain't got nothing to do with me. In all reality, it's got to do with my brothers through the struggle and the life that they're going through, and me thinking, how can I try to help? How can I get this message out here further that this is not the life you want, right? Yeah, every now and then I'm going to have to check and I'm going to have to tell the truth about some of these YouTubers. You know why? Because I said it. I got a daughter to feed. I just had to quit my job, right? I just had to quit my job because I have a 6-year-old daughter that I ain't have nobody to watch all summer, and I don't trust no daycare. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm pushing on YouTube, point blank, period. And if at sometimes I got to step a little bit out of character from how you're used to seeing me, I apologize ahead of time. Right? I apologize ahead of time. But I said I ain't going to attack nobody that don't deserve it. And I ain't out here to destroy nobody or nothing. But when I catch you doing stupid shit, claiming to help the kids, or you're pushing a positive message, I'm going to speak on it. I got that right. And it's going to make me a couple bucks to help me feed my fucking daughter. Guess what? Yeah, if I got to make 50 videos clowning other people to buy my daughter's school clothes, I might make 100. Be damn what everybody thinks. Because drama sells, right? And I've stayed away from day one. You can ask Homie Hangout, man. I told him stay out of that shit, man. But you know what? I was also thinking of that as the perspective of a truck driver, a welder, somebody that's already having a job. You know, I didn't think about it as somebody that might not have a job, somebody that might be on disability, somebody that might be on crazy checks, welfare, whatever the fuck these guys got going on. And I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about everybody in general, right? When I started thinking like that, Patrick Martin, you don't have to do that, brother. But if you really truly want to, the Cash App is Texas Prison Stories. I said, but you do not have to, and I'm not on here begging, right? I can create enough content. My channel's big enough to where I can just do it on views alone. That's why I said I called them other cats basically bums on the YouTube corner holding out a tin can, and that's not what I'm here trying to do. That's not why I'm talking about this. I'm just letting my followers know that have learned to expect a certain type of behavior out of Tim Snow, that maybe I'm finna have to step out my zone just slightly to do what I gotta do for my child, for myself, right? Because one thing that don't stop is the rent. One thing that don't stop is the light bill. Hey, my baby girl likes to eat a little breakfast and a snack later. Gotta have lunch, gotta have dinner, and then gotta have a snack before bed. You understand? when birthday comes up. That's during the summer. So all that, I'm finna hustle up all this off of social media, right? Because God has blessed me with this platform, and I'm not here to use or waste it. For a long time, I've been sitting here trying to act like this ain't happening, trying to act like this is an accident, or not understanding why this is happening, right? Why people are following me, what's going on. And I still don't quite understand it, but guess what? I'm now forced by the same God that gave it to me to now embrace it. Because he's saying, hey, Tim, yeah, you got to take the summer off. Not only are you going to get closer to your own child, benefit by that, but I'm forcing you to work on this social media shit that I gave you, Patrick Martin. See, thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. Yeah. God is forcing me right now to take this social media stuff serious that I've been ignoring for a long time. Right? When these other guys talk and they brag about their subscribers and all that, go look. I'm right there with all of them. I'm right there with all of them without hardly ever making videos. So hey, I'm tired of watching them steer people wrong, and I gotta get mine. Pat, thank you for that. I really do mean that, man. Thank you. But so that's all this was about, man. This was just about me, honest to God, trying to cheer myself up a little bit, because my brother did just pass away yesterday. It ain't my blood brother, but it's somebody I grew up with, a brother from another mother. It is what it is, right? That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to Baytown, Texas too. Cheryl, shout out to you. Everybody, man, look at that. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Bobo, much love, man. Everybody in the chat. What you mean? Why am I being selective? Let's talk today, because that's what I'm here for. Why am I being selective about what? Let's talk about it. Eric, what's up? Jay Williams, let's live life. Salute, my brother. Much love, man. I was just telling him, man, listen, I had to take the summer off right now because my daughter has these bad separation anxieties from when her mama went to jail on her, dog. I was working 12-hour shifts at the time. My daughter was almost 3. She spent 24 hours a day with her mom and a couple hours a day with her dad. When she went to jail, I immediately had to take over, right? I immediately had to figure out life, start changing diapers and all this other shit. My daughter started regressing in life. Is how bad it got. So I took time off. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jay Williams. I'm pretty sure everybody is. So I had to take time off from work at that time. Hurt like hell, my brother. But I had to, because my daughter was regressing. She was missing her mom. She was not understanding, and I was the only other person in her life, right? So she has this separation anxiety, and I'm not downing my daughter. This is some real life shit that I usually don't talk about, real life shit on my channel, because it's nobody's business. But I'm explaining why I'm fixing to start going like I'm going, Jay. I have to do this right now, right? This just changed from a hobby to how I got to pay my rent this summer. It just changed from a hobby to how I got to pay my light bill, buy that snack bunny, buy her school clothes, buy everything. So Jay, if you're watching still, do me a favor, my brother. Go to one of my older videos, one of them with the high views, and just share it out to your community tab one time for me, Jay. Because I swear I didn't want to have to do this, man. This decision tore me up, ate me alive. But you know what? I don't have a big family. I don't have a lot of support. I don't have to do none of that. You understand? I got to do it myself. It's man up time. Most of these men on YouTube never heard about manning up. That's one thing that I like about Jay, right? Jay, man, the fuck up. And Jay, I know I made some videos when you went to jail, but guess what? I never disrespected you. I hope you watched them myself. I never disrespected you, and I told people to leave you the fuck alone, because real ones go through real shit. And that's just what life is. You understand? You're raising your fucking kids. We all have ups and downs, man. We all got to fight our demons. But all of us are out here, the righteous ones were out here trying to lead these people the right way. And you know what, my brother? Admitting your mistakes and just moving forward was the most righteous thing I ever seen, because we got people on here that refuse to admit their mistakes. They refuse to say they're not perfect. And that shit ain't cool. That's the one that's misleading people. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, my brother. Thank you. If you shout me out tonight, I love you forever, man. I need the help. But and look, Jay right there, big ass channel, getting back to work. I respect it, man. That means you're doing whatever the hell you got to do for your family. And that's what we got to do. And it hurt. Hey, I've been a truck driver since I was young. Went back to prison as a truck driver. You know, not proud of it, right? Got back out, start truck driving again. Had this child and this life changed. Point blank period. But I'm not crying. I'm not complaining. Like I said, I'm just letting everybody know that's going to watch this. If snow steps a little bit on people's neck, it's probably because snow believe them people need their neck stepped on and somebody needed to do it. You know, that's all it is to it. Scoops can speak on whoever, but in reality, when it comes to California painting, tapped out in Leavenworth, USP. I don't even know what you're talking about because I was never even in Leavenworth, USP. What the hell you talking about? Hold on a second. My neighbor shit so loud. Hold on. Gotta love living in the hood. Yeah, I ain't never been in Leavenworth a day in my life. Boy, these people just weirdos. They say whatever. Gotta love living in the hood, though. I got a neighbor that don't even have a muffler. I think somebody went and sawed off their whole exhaust in their muffler, and they're just still driving around like that. They crank up their car, and it sounds like a helicopter just landed, man. I ain't making fun of them either, because that's cold. Somebody cut their muffler off, but sure hope they get a new one soon. So listen, being a single father isn't easy, and the way things are these days, man, you never know. So I'm gonna tell you something. Being a single mother ain't easy either, and I never quite understood it, right? Because I was never a single father. But I gotta give mad props out to all single mothers too. Some of these women are raising multiple children by deadbeat dads. We're not even gonna get into discussion of why they have all these deadbeat dads. That's a whole nother episode. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard. It's hard, but it's rewarding. It's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. It's hard, but it's rewarding. And most of the time, it's fun. If you want to know the truth. So in our reality, this summer, as long as I can keep making these videos, as long as people still keep supporting Texas prison stories, as long as we keep pushing the movement, if I can get real ones like Jay, if I can get real ones like Chad Marks, people like that I know personally, they can just shout me out, share a video out, man. You know I love you fellas, man. Hey, don't just sit here and watch me suffer. But I don't think I am gonna suffer. I got faith in myself that I can do this right to the highest level. I've just never actually really tried. So giving it my effort might look a little bit different to y'all, all right? But I'm getting back to the prison stories. You better believe that. I'm recording one today. You have my word on that. That today I'm coming with a fire prison story. I promise you. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, definitely coming with a fire story today that I think all of y'all are gonna enjoy. I know you're gonna enjoy, and it's true. So I ain't gonna exactly say what it's about because I don't want nobody stealing my style right before I do it. You know what I mean? But we're gonna get it today. So as you know, I do interviews, I do stories, I do prison news, I do all that shit. So I'm fixing to start getting way back to it. Lil Ronnie, what's up, Lil Ronnie? My day one homeboy, man. Salute my brother. You ain't lying about that one, for real. Ronnie, you know where we come from. Homie, you was right there when it all started with me. Straight like that. But so that's all it is, man. I really wanted to tap in and just see what everybody got going on. Rodrigo from San Antonio, salute, man. Prison the pastor, salute. You know what they're doing. They're getting a catalytic converter and going to the scrap yard. Nowadays, you can't just go with one. Texas changed the laws where I don't know how they're getting away with it. They actually caught some foreign cats with a house full of catalytic converters and like $800,000. I don't know what they were doing with them, how they were processing them. Man, I don't know what was going on. But think about that. There's so much money in catalytic converters that these men had an entire house full of them, a U-Haul truck, I remember, and $800,000 cash. That's crazy. Yeah, 2 scoops has been transferred. Yeah, he's first day ADX right now. Probably excuse me, they're taking all pictures of his tattoos, even though they got them, fingerprinting them. They're doing a health check, checking his teeth, checking his blood pressure, dressing. He's still dressing his bus clothes. Probably have him in a holding cell right now. And there's 6 of them going at one time. So what I don't know if all 6 of them are going on the same date. That would be pretty intense for their system, bro. 6 of these men from California to show up on the same day can rock that federal prison system. It can change a lot of things and stir up a lot of shit, and they know it too. So like I say, they really don't even know what to expect from damn self. Some catalytic converters, they got platinum in them too. I think that's the number one thing. There's trace amounts of platinum and other stuff in there. And boy, them dope fiends will get out there with that electric sawzall and just cut your shit off in about 5 minutes. We've had apartment complexes where the entire complex lost their catalytic converter. But the thing about those is the better car they come off of, the more it's worth. Because, you know, I used to be a truck driver for a scrapyard. So if you bring in a catalytic converter off of a Mercedes versus one off a Ford Escort, that Mercedes one is always going to be worth more. And Eric, yeah, the feds absolutely house inmates from all states. Not only all states, but all territories, right? There's Puerto Ricans in there, there's Samoans in there. Somebody from Guam can go to federal prison. Any place that's a territory, United States Virgin Islands, anywhere that's a federal entity in the United States of America, you will end up in federal prison. And see, that's what a lot of people don't understand. You can also commit a crime that can land, the same one crime can land you in either prison system, depending on how they charge you. You can be a felon in possession of a firearm and catch a state charge. Or you can be a felon in possession of a firearm and catch a federal charge. Or if they really, really, really want you, guess what? They can both indict you. You can go to both places for the same case. And it's not double jeopardy because you broke both people's laws. That's really rare that it happens, but it can happen. Hey, they have what you, in a state where marijuana, check this out, in a state where marijuana is legal, if you get caught riding in your car with a pistol and a joint, you just became a federal criminal because now you're a drug user in possession of a firearm. Whether that shit's legal in your state or not, the feds don't respect that, right? If you get caught making a drug delivery with a firearm, now you're using a firearm to protect drugs. Like there's so many different things where you can go fed for. And most people right here in Texas don't even understand that. If you want to know the truth, like so many Texans don't understand that there's 2 systems here. And if I ain't mistaken, Texas has something like 30 federal prisons here. Really, the only ones you ever really hear about too much is Beaumont, because Beaumont's where it goes down the most. But there's also 3 Rivers, Seagoville. Man, there's so many of them. Carswell, I think, is where Big West was. Bunch of people. So I mean, no. In Texas, so here's the thing about in Texas, you can have a firearm in your house after 5 years, right? If you've been off of parole for 5 years in Texas, it's legal to have one shotgun in your home to protect yourself. All right, one firearm, that's a shotgun that you can have in your house legally. But here's the trick. You can't buy it. Because you buying it, you just broke the law, filling out the federal form, even doing the background check to buy it. You understand? So that's the crazy part about it. Man, this all weird ass troll is back. It's hilarious to me when people will hold on a second. It's hilarious when somebody will come on here, subscribe to my channel just to troll me. Boy, you an idiot. So anyway, yes, you can have only a shotgun, but you can't legally buy it. And then, if you legally, 100% legally use that firearm to protect your home, you can still be indicted by felon in possession of a firearm federally. Right? The laws are so convoluted, they're so crazy that it's hard to understand them all. And that's real true facts. People walk around thinking they're not criminals and they're breaking laws all the time that they didn't know that existed. Man, much love to Phoenix too. I've been through Phoenix before, but I never stopped and hung out, just driving through. Hey, Benny Bell, and there's no telling where these weirdos are from, man. Like, man, we just, as a content creator, you have to have a thick skin for sure. Especially when you're doing live videos. It tends to bother the chat more than it bothers me. Because I know Eric Williams salute. I know, like most people know, the more comments, the better. Point blank, period, right? Bedtime is worse than state time. All time is bad, man. All time is bad. I don't literally think, I don't think there's no good time. Because I can tell you good things and bad things about both, right? I can tell you, like, some advantages to the feds, and I can tell you some disadvantages. But in reality, I can't tell you very many advantages of the state. The state now is starting what they call these incentive dorms. It's all good, Wayne. I'll catch you later. The state has now what they're doing called these incentive dorms. And those are pretty live. The incentive dorms, they have big screen TVs. They got beanbag chairs to sit on. It's giving men something to look forward to. Because if you pay attention to what Two Scoops said in the video the other day, the reason that they were so buck wild back in the day was because they took everything away from them. When men have absolutely nothing to look forward to, no reward for good behavior, what's to deter the bad behavior? Right? You got them a life sentence. There's nothing to look forward to. There's nothing here. They say the idle mind is the devil's workshop. That's the best way to describe prison right there, right? So the state is trying, but I'm pretty sure to get them dorms, you got to be like trustee status or something. I really don't know how it happens. I don't know. Probably can't be a gang member and everything, but it's getting better. But now on a real life ID unit, red brick building, someplace like Telford, Bill Clemens, all that bullshit, yeah, the feds way better. Way better. Because the feds got good quality air conditioning. The feds, you can go to recreation constantly. In the state, they might not run recreation for a damn month. And you're lucky if you get it in a month. In the feds, you get it all day. You know, there was more availability. The feds pay you when you work. Things like that. So, that's a little bit both. Yeah, Harris County, look. They send you to the right place in Harris County. It's worse than any prison. I promise you that. Dallas County, same way. Barrett County, San Antonio, same way. Hey, they were just talking about the guard popping the door in Barrett County and 5 inmates rushing in and killing somebody, I believe, right? And that still goes back to that prison gang war that they got going on out there in San Antonio. It's still real. No TV in your cell in the feds. There's no TV in your cell in Texas either. Matter of fact, the feds had 7 TVs in the day room. Right? The feds had 7 TVs in the day room, and we had remote controls. What you had to do was buy you one of them little Walkman radios and get your earbuds, and each TV channel had its own station. So if I want to watch that TV over there, I dial into 99.1. If I want to watch this TV over here, I dial into 100.2. It was 7 of them. So at all of them. Ronnie's at Atwater. Okay. USP Atwater's a dangerous spot too. I ain't gonna lie, but at least he's not there. Maybe shit. Possible Scoops might go somewhere else too. I hadn't looked him up. He did say that ADX can be an intake for people that are high profile like him too. And you know they had that special management unit thing where they keep you in there for 18 months. It's possible that he has to stay for 18 months, steps down, and goes somewhere. But you guarantee them all them boys are gonna stay at USPs. Hey Eric, be careful driving for real. I was just telling him, man, I had to quit my truck driver job for the summer right now so I can take care of my baby. Because I do not trust daycares, and it needs to be me doing it. I don't really have anybody else that wants to or able to right now. So that's why I've been pushing on the content a little bit harder, man. That's why you're going to start seeing at least one video a day coming out from me. You just know it's going to be me trying to keep my integrity and honor at all times and all of them. Say did 6 months in Harris County Jail before being shipped to Larry Gill State Jail for another 9 months. Seasoned convicts all said the same about Harris County. It can be worse than any real prison. Hell yeah, it is. Because Harris County, them fools will rat pack your ass out. They don't respect nothing in there, man. It's neighborhoods. You might land up in the tank with 20 dudes from Fifth Ward. They finna take everything. Rat pack fuckers and run that bitch. Or you might be in there with a bunch of people from the South. You just never know, man. And Harris County has so many aggravated killers, murderers, armed robbers, rapists, people like that are in them places that it's the same exact men that you'll see in prison are in there. Oh, they sent him to Victorville? Oh shit, that's where he wanted to go then. Is that true? If they sent him to Victorville, then that's great. That's good news. That's home base right there. He's in California, so that's good. Because I'm gonna tell you something. That that ADX, I don't feel like they deserve that. I really don't. I'm fixing to have to look that up right now and see. Let me see. Let me see myself, man, because it ain't hard to find, right? Oh shit! See, they were playing with him. They was playing with their mind. He's at USP Victorville. Yeah, fuck. That's where he wanted to go. See what I'm saying? Everything. See how they play with your mental torture, mental games. They're telling them ADX, burying them in a coffin. Ronnie just hit Hazleton. He just hit Victorville. I don't know where the other ones went to then. I'm sure none of them went to the same place. But that's good news. Scoops just got what he wanted then. Point blank period. Living life without parole. Now that ain't a good feeling, don't get me wrong, but I hope today Scoops is out walking that main line. And guess what? Every person Scoop me from Texas, now he gonna be saying, hey, I got a homeboy named Tim Snow. Because they're in them USPs watching too. That's what people don't understand. So that's what a lot of them content creators that trash and badmouth people, they don't understand. Them men in there watching this shit. They're just as fascinated and wondering what we're gonna say next as everybody else. They're wondering to see if people are gonna mention them, wondering if people are gonna lie on them, wondering if people are gonna make them sound good. You know, that shit. They got nothing but time, right? So of course they're watching. Of course they're paying attention. And we talked about it. I told him if he goes to Victorville, he'll love it. Right? He'll love it over there. So that's what's up. Hopefully they done took Scoops. So I don't know hard livings. I'm not sure anything about Dirty White Boys. I really wouldn't speak on that anyway if I did like that. But I don't know anything about them dudes. Not really. Seen some, but know anything about us? No. Look at that. See, in Bexar County, the officer got charged and implicated in a murder too. Yeah, because that's not the first time that happened. I covered a story about that last year on this channel about an officer letting some other people out to get them. It it was literally a prison war that's happening over there. They're still fighting for control of Bexar County. It's two factions that everybody knows about. I think they even did a documentary, gangland type thing about the Bexar County jail, showing and explaining it. If I did a story on it, I would have talked about it. But in our reality, that's still happening out there. Yeah, it's not over. So I don't know. But what I don't know is who were the 5 that hit the 1, and what they belong to. Who was the 1? You know, who was the 5? That's what I don't know. So that's why I didn't want to talk about the story at all. You know, hey Rodney. So the way Scoops and them did it is they're in California. California gets, believe it or not, California inmates get free prison calls. That was crazy. See, me and Scoops talked on the phone for hours and hours and hours. Like literally, I talked to him for so many hours off the computer before we ever even did a video. And the first thing I said was, "Hey Scoops, man, how can I send you some money to pay for these calls, bro? I don't want you wasting your bread, your soup money on this shit." And he said, "Nah, brother, not even necessary." He said, "Because these calls free." He said, "This California, we get free calls." I said, "Man, even free long distance ones?" I couldn't believe it. All right, y'all. But I say free long distance ones? And he said, "Yep." I said, that was crazy to me. So there goes another thing. Texas still charges you. Wi-Fi sucks. Man, Scoop's Wi-Fi was like quality. This shit was A1. Really good. Changed my hat. Well, I got a bunch of hats. Go tell Lockdown 23-1 stop wearing that same White Sox hat or whatever it is he been wearing all them years. That's just my new hat. It's my new favorite hat. Yeah, I'm from the Houston area. What's the problem with it? You don't like it? Weirdo. So here's a genuine question. How is it that somebody alleged association with them people is conversing on social media with a white crip? So here's my genuine question. Why couldn't he? Why couldn't that grown ass man that's put in all that work, all them attempted murders, all them real 187s, why couldn't he pick up the phone and call whoever he wanted to? Whoever he thought was going to help him. Whoever was going to help him get his word out to the world, right? Why not? Like, why couldn't he? Think about it. He explained it himself that he's part of the end of hostilities. He was part of the people that stopped all that nonsense where they got to hit white Crips and all this other shit, right? That was Scoops. Scoops is one of them that helped end that. So to think that he couldn't call me, that's crazy. Because you know what? Right before they turned this tablet off, he called to tell me goodbye. And called to tell me thank you for all the love and the support, and that he was happy that he got to speak to Wack Deuce. Yeah, go watch the video that Wack Deuce did. Watch the video that me, AR-15, Wack Deuce, and Scoops did together. Because not only was he talking to me from Texas, he was on there showing mutual respect to Wack Deuce, who was his real life enemy. They were on High Desert Sea Yard at the exact same time. Yeah, they both opened up that prison together. They were youngsters. And you know what? Scoop said Wack was a real life hitter. And Wack said Scoops was that dude. You know what I'm saying? Now, how much more do you need to see? You know what I'm saying? So like to call me a man who tells everybody I'm non-active, I'm a civilian, I don't bang, I don't do none of that shit. You know, he ain't petty like that. That's stereotypes. Dubs blocked you. So I seen him on his live the other day saying he was blocking people. James Rutherford, what's up, JD? Is that Big JD? If that is, man, I need you to come do a video with me, JD. I need you to do a video with me because they keep capping on these white Crips. I need a real white South sider to jump on here with me. And I know you're solid. Yeah, we had the same cellmate. You know what I'm saying? That'd be dope. Time to get your ass back on YouTube anyway. Tripod, what are you going to prison for? That's the first question. We can't give you no advice if you don't tell us why you're going. The whack-a-mole champ. Now that's funny. I remember when I was 2 months away from going to prison. I ain't lying. I was doing push-ups, pull-ups, hitting the punching bag. I was thinking, man, I'm coming in here in shape. I ain't coming in here like no dope fiend. A lot of guys come into prison doped out from the world. Hell no. Don't do that. Is Torres unit bad? Torres unit is not maximum security. I think it's medium security. But that motherfucker's rock and roll. Yeah, Torres unit is off the chain because it's a young gang member unit. It's similar like Roach unit. So somebody I know has a kid over there on Torres unit. Excuse me. That was in the faith-based dorm. Now I believe you just got switched to the incentive dorm, so he's probably enjoying it. But the fellas on the main line in the regular blocks over there, yeah, Torres stays going down. It's got a reputation for never know what's gonna happen. That Johan, was my whole point. That's my whole point. If you can't handle a couple beers, imagine sitting on the cell block drinking Pruno, all the shit you're talking. Just a bad look. It's just to the point, where I'm tired of even being associated with and people like that being considered my colleagues because we all got YouTube channels. You know what I'm saying? Like that, hold on, he said burglary. Burglary of a building is state jail. I'm not sure what burglary is, like of a house. Burglary of a habitation, I think you're going to prison. Burglary of a building, I think it's state jail. Hey, if it's state jail, just be ready to handle your business. They do a lot of squabbling. They don't do a lot of knife play and none of that, but boy, they'll fight all day in there. Hey, Shane Hall, I don't take offense to it at all. I don't, because guess what? I spent over 25 years of my life identifying as that because I was not identifying as a father. I didn't really have nothing else to be proud of in life. That's why all of us kids did that, right? We were all kids looking for our identity. Does it offend me? No. When people imply that that's still how I'm living, that that's still my life, because I got a blue hat on and a blue shirt, man, that don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, right? So when people are still coming in my comments implying that I'm this and I'm that, no, I'm anti that. I walk out right now in my neighborhood right now and tell all the little homies that y'all need to stop selling this dope and go back inside and go get a job. I really tell them that. And like I said, I lead by example. Guess what? I still live in the hood. Guess what my young homies see? Yeah, my young homies see me coming home every day in my steel-toed boots and some blue jeans and a shirt and a dirty work hat. That's what they see Snow doing every day. Yeah, they say, Snow, you getting famous, Snow, you blowing up, you all over the internet. Yeah, and I'm also in these steel toes getting my paper, right? That's why I just heard another level why I just heard I had to tap out the job, because I don't want them to think that I'm going back to some BS or I'm on my worst right now. You know what I'm saying? When this is really my best, right? Most painful decision in my whole life was to have to get this job up for this summer and do what I'm doing. But I did it for a righteous reason. So I'm not messed up about it. Them little youngsters ask me why I did it. I'm gonna tell them because I had to step up and be a father, man. Sometimes we gotta take a lick. As a father, I look back and realize there was times my daddy had to take a lick for us, and we didn't even realize it or appreciate it. My daughter's so young right now, she don't understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? She really don't understand what's happening. She's just excited daddy's gonna be home with her all summer. And I am too, if you want to know the truth. There's nothing like bonding with your child. She's six and a half. Every time she comes home, she needs a hug. Before she leaves, she needs a hug. She wants to sit on the couch right up under me wants me to watch her TV shows with her, talk about what's going on with them, play Barbies with her. All this shit is precious right now, right? So as I said, it was a hard decision, but this is a blessing from God at the same time. Because hey, I am almost to 100,000 subscribers without even barely trying. Right? I'm almost to 100K without barely even trying. And drunk dudes are over there not to 100K trying their hardest. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. So this is just God forcing me, putting his foot in my rear end and saying, hey, Tim, time to take this stuff serious, whether you want to or not. And that's just what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It's what I have to do. There's just no other option right now. So I'll make the best of it. But when all this started happening to me anyway, though, when everything started blowing up, I was wondering why. Why me? You know what I'm saying? Maybe God seen all this coming in the future. Everything for a reason, right? Maybe he knew my heart and my intentions on this was to come out with something good and something positive. He knew, obviously, that I had this child that with 9 felonies, it's hard to get jobs. It's hard to get apartments, everything like that. This shit has allowed me to change my reputation, allowed me to change my reputation with the local everybody. Yeah, the local police see me and salute me now because they're proud of me. When they used to bust a U-turn, get behind me and call for backup. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? No, I appreciate that, man. So listen, this is the one thing that I won't do on here. I ain't coming on here lying about nothing and nobody. There's no reason, right? Because 9 times out of 10, you can murder a clown with the truth. And there's absolutely no responding back or defending yourself from the truth, right? And the YouTube legends, man, YouTube legends bunk. Most of them bunk. They're legends in their own mind, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm right here where the YouTube legends are, and I'd be damned if I ever call myself that. That is ridiculous. But for the simple fact that other YouTuber that you're talking about even refers to men that despise him as legends, shows you how he still endorses this shit, how he still acts like this life is cool, how he still promotes it. Because why are you gonna tap out, tell, and run from and be scared of men, but still respect these men and call them legends? Oh, get real. Get real. Come on now. And I appreciate that, David. Thank you. Yeah, there's a bunch. I can say it about some of them. I just got through saying Jay Williams. You know what? Jay Williams is a man because Jay Williams fucked up bad, and Jay Williams took full responsibility for everything. Jay Williams went and sat his little time out. Never cried, never complained, all that shit. Man, he got raked through the coals, and he came back like nothing happened. That's how you got to do it when you're a content creator. That's how you got to do it when you got to blow up. You got to understand men are gonna talk about you, right? That's what Chill's point was to the video, is you put yourself in the line of fire, you can't be mad when people start shooting at you, right? If today they drop 10 videos about Tim Snow, he's a mark, he's a buster, whatever. Keep talking on me. I just said I need the money this summer. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. There's always love to the Bay, man. There's love to everywhere, right? I ain't got no beef with nobody, nowhere, from no places. Unless I catch them doing something stupid. I'm putting people back on warning again. If I catch y'all doing some clown ass activity, I got the right to feed my child by calling out the truth. Maybe people should be a little bit more careful. And when you're on this platform right now, you absolutely should be careful. I'm streaming live to Facebook on my personal one. All my friends and family are seeing. I'm on my Texas prison story one to 35,000 strangers. And I'm on the YouTube out to almost 88,000 strangers. How dare I get on here and talk foolish and talk about shit reckless and make a fool out of myself. Me coming on here making a fool out of myself makes a fool out of my child. Do you know my child's teachers, my child's people at her school know about my channel? Yeah, they know who the hell I am. The secretary at her school loved the lady. her brother was my best friend when I was a little kid, fourth, fifth, third grade. You spend the night at her house. They all know who I am. I can't come on here acting a fool. Imagine men that have children. Imagine these men have children, yet they come on YouTube and act like idiots. Man, you are embarrassing your child. You're embarrassing your damn mama. You're embarrassing your neighborhood. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing me because they consider you one of my colleagues. So that's all it is. And I'm going to get off my high horse, y'all. And I'm tell you what, I got to go handle some business and take care of some things. I just wanted to tap in and show everybody some love, man, and let y'all know what's going on. And I ain't changed up. It's still the same Tim Snow. I'm going to keep it real. And it's always going to be. This is not the life you want, man. Rest in peace to my brother. You're on my mind. God bless your mama, your children. And that's all I'm going to speak on it because it's a real issue that just happened. But let's just know I'm not happy about it. And it's got a lot of commotion stirred up. But that's why we don't want to be trapped in these maximum security institutions because there's nothing but death and tragedy in there, man. Stay free, y'all.